Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of Smokey P. I probably should have started with this one. It's the easiest one. This is pork butt 101. Super easy. It's probably the most forgiving meat that you can smoke. Super easy. It takes a little more time because it's pretty thick, but I'll run you through it. It's super easy, and all you get in the end is deliciousness. So you're gonna love it, guaranteed. All right. So yesterday I took the butt out. It's a pork shoulder. You can get it at any grocer or your butcher. I took it out and I liberally salted it. You want to get the salt on about 24 hours before, at least 12. That way the salt can kind of penetrate the meat and kind of do its thing overnight. And then I took it out about 2 hours ago, kind of let it get up to room temperature. So hopefully in the end it'll cook more evenly, and it won't take quite as long in the end. Like I said, it's a long time. I'll go through all that stuff a little bit toward the end. But the first thing we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the rub on. I made my own rub. Sugar, brown sugar, paprika, onion, garlic, all that stuff is in here. You can, I'll put the recipe in the end so you can check it out. But it's super easy, just add that stuff. Get it going, and we're gonna rub it. And I'm getting the smoker up to temp right now, so we'll get that up to speed as soon as I can get this glove on my hand, and then we'll get going. You kind of want to put a liberal amount of seasoning on here for your rub. That way, it's gonna make the crust in the end. Those are big chunks of brown sugar right there, but it'll be fine. Rub it, get it on there. I'm gonna do both sides. This, by the way, this is the fat side, the layer of fat. So when we do put it on the smoker, we're gonna put it fat side up. That way, all the fat kind of melts down and renders into the meat. So we'll have to remember that when we put it on, that this is the fat layer side. And that's it. I'm gonna flip this over in a minute and do the other side, and then I'll get the smoker ready and we'll put it on. Hey everybody, all right, I got the pork butt rubbed. I moved my umbrella over. It's 4th of July weekend, by the way, 2022, and it's about, I think, over 90 degrees, and it's pretty humid. I'm doing this so I don't sweat too much. So I got the whole pork butt rubbed. Again, the fat side is up. One thing I didn't mention is this is a bone-in pork butt. Again, it'll take a little bit longer to cook. We'll pull the bone out later once we're done. I'll show you guys that. It's super satisfying when you just twist that bone right out. It's really good. It'll be so juicy and delicious. So right now I have a Flame Boss. I highly recommend a digital thermometer. And what the Flame Boss does is it'll help me get a fan on there, so I don't have to stay up all night. Because this is my guess. I got a 9-pound pork butt. My guess is it's going to take probably at least 20 hours. So that way I'll put it on today. Wake up tomorrow, check it, should be good to go, and then I'll pull it off. Again, probably like 20 hours, but we'll get into that once we get this pork butt on here. As you can see, I got a little bit of smoke coming out already because I put some pecan wood chips in there, or wood chunks, I'm sorry. Some chunks in there, and then I'm going to throw in a little bit of wood chips. Those are apple wood chips. Typically you try to go with the same wood for your chips or chunks, whichever you use. Along with the lump charcoal, but I didn't have any more hickory chips, so I'm using apple. And then the meat, you don't want to stick your thermometer too close to the bone, which is on the back side here. But you want to get in there pretty good. The meat will only take the smoke for about probably half hour, 45 minutes, under an hour, but the wood chips to me just gives it that additional smoke. To really get in that meat, to give you a nice smoke ring on your meat, whatever kind of meat you're cooking. All right, so I'm gonna open it. I gotta throw my grate on. And this.
Want me to help?
No, I got it. A few wood chips. Again, we're gonna get a lot of smoke right now. It's gonna like smoke me out, but we'll make it work. I kind of do this quickly. I got it up to. I got the grill up to, or the smoker up to about almost 300, because during this process I tend to lose a little bit of heat. So now that I got it on there, you kind of want to do it as quickly as possible. Close the lid. Now you guys see all the smoke. All the smoke, like I said, it's going to get in that meat for, you know, half hour, 45 minutes or so. I'm going to close my lid a little bit. You're still getting smoke, but eventually, we'll step away for a second. I'm getting smoked out, but eventually the smoke will dissipate a little bit. But the top vent, I kind of close that almost all the way. Good job, Smokey. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook it low and slow. I know some of my followers make fun of me for saying low and slow every time, but that's how you get your good meats, low and slow.
Kyle.
We're going 225. Like I said, I got it up to about 300. It's down to 200 already. It'll get back up quickly. I'll keep the top vent closed so it doesn't get too high. We'll go low and slow, like I said, probably, I'm guessing 20 hours. I got a 9-pounder here, depending on your what kind of meat you're cooking. This is thick, so I'm guessing around 2 hours per pound. Sometimes it takes a little longer. You can't really time it. It's done when it's done. I want to get the internal temp to around 200, maybe 202, somewhere around there. And I'll pull it off and we'll let it rest. But I'll go over that stuff tomorrow when we come back. Hey, welcome back. It's Sunday now. Like I said, I put this on yesterday about 4 p.m. It's now after 2. So I estimated 20. It took about 22 hours. It's about ready. One thing I failed to mention yesterday was the stall. It happens on other meats too, but don't get concerned if the meat temperature doesn't raise for several hours in a row. It'll hit, like, I think ours hit like 160 something internal temperature of the meat, and it stalled for like 3 hours. It didn't really move. That's a stall. Don't worry about it. It happens. You might kind of freak out, but don't worry. Anyway, we're gonna pull it off now. Then we're gonna let it rest. Look at that. Look at the bark on that. That's pretty good. Looks delicious. We're just gonna pull it off. One thing I've learned over the years is I'm gonna take a little spatula and just get underneath here, because what you don't want is that the meat sticking to the grates. You probably lose a little bit, but I'm gonna pull this off. Take the thermometer out. I'm gonna pull this off and I'm gonna stick it on a pan. Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. That's all right. Oh, I lost some good meat there. That's okay. This is what I was trying to avoid, because this is, there we go. This is some good meat in the grate right there.
Get that bark right there.
All right. Anyway.
Get that. There we go.
Anyway, now we're gonna let it rest. And what I've done is I made a cooler. I stuffed it with towels. As you're gonna see in a second, as soon as I get these lids off.
With the brick under it, right?
Yeah,
rock.
This is just because I can fit this in the cooler, and this will keep it. It's gonna rest for about an hour, maybe 45 minutes, because we got people coming over. But that's gonna rest for about 45 minutes, and then we can pull it. And there's several ways to pull it. I have bear claws that you can kind of rip it apart. You can just use your regular gloves like I have, or you can slice it, but pulling it's probably the best with the gloves, or you can use the bear claws. Either way, it's going to be delicious, trust me.
We'll show you the bear claws in the next
We'll
clip.
show you the bear claws, of course, but we'll pull it once it rests for a little while. The resting allows some of the juices to absorb back into the meat. If you slice it right now, you'd lose a lot of the juice, a lot of the flavor. So we'll be back in about 45 after I let that rest for a little while. All right, welcome back, guys. We let it rest, I'd say 45 minutes to an hour or so. Again, the bark looks amazing. There are several ways you can enjoy this. One is just how it is. We'll pull it or chunk it, or use the bear claws. You can put barbecue sauce on it. You can put it in a sandwich. Pulled pork nachos, a million ways. Anyway, we'll no further ado. We'll pull the bone out. Look at that, it comes right out. This is oh, it's kind of hot, but look at that. The bone comes right out. This is so moist and tender, you're not gonna believe it. I'll take a small bite, as I always do. Again, as I always say, I'm telling you, delicious. So that's it, guys. Any questions, please hit me up. Otherwise, we'll have the
Gotta shred it.
the rub recipe on the website. You can see here. Let me show you real quick. I'll slice it, but I'm gonna pull it. Look at the smoke ring. I mean, that's perfect. Again, you can use your gloves. My hands are all greasy here, but I got the bear claws. Rip it apart like this. Don't get it too small. If you over rip it with the bear claws, the consistency becomes kind of weird. But you can also just pull it with your gloves as well. I mean, look at this. It's so moist. It's gonna be delicious. We have friends coming over in a little while. I'm gonna put this in a container and put it in the warming drawer, and we're gonna have a good time. Till next time. So something we've never done on Smokey P before, I'm gonna get some testimonials from friends and family about what they think of this pork butt that I did.
Go where? Oh, I'm sorry. Extraordinary, still very juicy, beautifully crispy on the outside. It's got a little bit of a kick, but without being hot, outstanding.
JP, your opinion?
I think
people you're gonna
that's
taste it.
right
Well,
there.
JP seems to be still eating. As you can see, I finished most of my sandwich already. I think it's delicious, juicy, and it's whatever you can wish for.
Jim?
This is the kind of meat that you would accidentally bite your finger on and stop eating for a little bit, but still eat it.
Nice. I'm happy with what my friends and family are saying, and like I said, delicious.
Even Jax likes it.
Yeah, the pork was great, great bark on it, and everything I expect from Smokey Pete.
Go. Tasted good.